Hey everyone, I just wanted to do a little tutorial on how to install the drawers into the cabinets. So I did receive my drawers from the manufacturer that I purchased them from, and some of them weren't notched and we had some scratches on some other ones. They were good about customer service and getting replacements out to me after I sent them some photographs, and actually had them all notched, and this time they were actually bored. But I did want to show you the previous, most of that were notched did not have the boring in the back, and so I had to do that prior to installation. Here's one of the drawers that is already completed, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So when you use the Blum undermount hinges, you need to have a notched bottom. You also need this particular boring option, so you have to have this bored out, not all the way through because you don't want it to poke through the inside of the drawer, but you do have to have this board for the slider to actually set in place. This keeps the back from lifting off once you set it down on there, and so you need that component. The other thing that I needed to have completed was, which makes it just a little bit easier, is that they will actually pre-drill the holes for the hardware. Just saves you a little bit of time, and it's just a couple extra dollars when you're making the cabinets. So I had them pre-do that as well. Pretty straightforward. You just have to make sure you're putting, there's a right and a left hardware, so they're specific to each side. And then once you put the slide into place, it locks into place using this mechanism. And these are actually the adjustable mounted hardware. There's some non-adjustable, some standard ones that are a little less expensive, and I do have those, and I will be using those for the cabinets that I'm going to do right now. But I purchased the more expensive ones with more adjustability for all the drawers that will have a drawer face on them, that will be, have a face frame on top of it, so that you can adjust it as necessary, so that the drawer itself looks right when you're looking at it. So as you can see here, see this little tab, and this little tab is what slides into that bore hole. And so when you do you can make adjustments to it by lifting this lever up, and that will actually raise this up higher. And if you push it back down, it puts it down lower. So you can adjust each side individually. So if it's kind of out of whack, or you mounted it incorrectly at some point, you can make some fine-tune adjustments on it. But once you get it into place, you just push it in until it slides all the way back, and then it should click on both sides. And then it's in place, and that's it. And then it's locked in. And when you want to remove it, it's very simple to remove. The two little orange tabs at the bottom, you pull in on them, and then you just pick it up. So it makes it very convenient. When we originally got the drawers, most of them did have notches, except for the ones that I had to have replacements done, but they did not have the boring completed, so we had to actually bore this hole. There was no sense in, they weren't going to replace all the drawers that didn't have that accomplished, so I just decided that it was just easier for us to bore it. But since we had about 30 or some odd drawers that we needed to accomplish, it was best to go ahead and create some sort of a jig. And so what I ended up doing was I created a jig just out of pegboard. And I created one for the left side and then one for the right side, so that we could just replicate it multiple times. So we just drill all of them, use the right drill bit, and with a stop collar on it, so that you wouldn't drill it all the way through, and it worked pretty well. So that's what we did here. But actually, the replacement drawers that we're about to do, the boring has been completed because I asked them to do that this time around. So we won't have to do that. here's one of the newer drawers that that I got, one of the replacement drawers. And so here is the hardware that we need to use. Obviously there's one side for each. And so the orange part faces the inside of the cabinet, and then you just line it up with the hole, and then we put a couple of screws in it. And so I'm just using number 6 panhead screws. These are, I believe these are 1/2-inch screws. And that's all there is to it. So now that it's complete, all you have to do is just slide it in. So this is the drawer that it's for. So we'll just try to put it in place. And we'll just have to see how it fits. Now I know that I've had to adjust on these a little bit because some of them are kind of tight. And I can feel like this one doesn't want to slide really easily. So I think that it's probably going to give us a hard time. Alright, so that clicked into place, but it was a little bit snug sliding it in. So I'm thinking that I might have to do some adjustment on it. Yeah, that's going to require a little bit of work. So I want to figure how far I need to adjust these. So measure the distance up front, and that is 11 1/16. And then at the back, the distance is 11 3/16. So about 1/8 of an inch that it's off in the back. So I need to make an adjustment there. So just to give you an idea, I need to move this one in just about 1/16. So very slight change in that, but that little bit will definitely ease up the movement. And the issue being is that it just gets so tight that it doesn't want to slide easily. So your drawer won't want to slide smoothly. It'll just kind of get hung up, and you actually have to push it, and that'll be kind of a pain after a while. It gets annoying. So just need to make these slight adjustments. I think that's better. So mounting these, I did not attach these to the sides yet because I was going to mount them to the bottom. But I wanted to have the drawer here because it eliminates a lot of the issues that I had to deal with this one being in and out or up and down and being right. I just want to mount it, so I slid it in, and then I gently click it into place and pull it out so that it exposes these holes that I can drill. So that way it's parallel because it's locked into place with the drawer and it's in the right location. So once I put these back screws in, it will keep it from moving around, and then I can put the front screws in. So that's how you install them. Now it's just a matter of adding more hardware and putting them in, more of them all throughout. So I'm going to go ahead and finish those up and then work on doing these as well. I went through and got all the drawers installed. So as you can see, I went ahead installed all these in here, and then finished up the ones that were there and there, and then I did install the ones that are here as well. So the drawers are pretty much complete. The next project is to finish up the brickwork over here. I did get the brick, so I'll be installing that tomorrow, and then just finishing up painting. So I will set up another video when I get ready to do that stuff. Okay, thanks. Bye.